Every problem that humans have, heterosexuals created them. Every child that came out of a drug addicted womb, a heterosexual created that problem. Every fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth child came from the heterosexuals. Every psychopath was produced by a heterosexual. The job market is a result of heterosexuals. The only reason you got so much goddamn competition because you produce so much competition. You bred your competition. You bred your competition. The average human doesn't want to address the real problem. The average human don't want to address the real problem. And the real problem is the human themselves. Anytime I speak about women, men get super excited. Oh, she telling the truth. But anytime I speak about men, she just hate men. No. You all hate yourselves. You hate the shit that you hear about yourself. Because you know damn well the shit is true. That's the problem. Neither sex likes to hear the truth about themselves. If you say something about a woman, the men think they totally innocent. They ass really think that they free from all guilt. Free from all motherfucking atrocities. It's the woman. Now that's the truth. No, motherfucker, is you too. You ain't no better. This clip that's running around from South White Underbelly, it's the majority of them is men underneath the comments. I never thought I would agree with her. So you mean to tell me you ain't agreed with shit that I said about men? Nothing that I ever said about men was true at all. Not a single motherfucking thing. Not a single thing that I ever said about men has any truth to it. But as soon as I say something about a woman, damn, I ain't never thought about that. She done made a 360. Damn, she's smart. That's real, sister. Thank you for posting this. So you mean to tell me that not a single motherfucking thing that I ever said about men, despite working around the motherfuckers for 20 plus years, despite being in the military, despite watching niggas cheat, despite watching niggas run game, despite losing money, despite all that shit, nothing that I have ever said about men is true at all. It's just man hate. But the one thing I say about women being more narcissistic than men, that's 1,000% true. And she done finally turned a leaf. I never thought that I would agree with her. She finally got some sense. And it's thanks to Charleston White. Charleston White really changed her mind. This how dumb these motherfuckers sound. I just want you to know that the reason your ass is about to be a goddamn slave, the reason your ass gonna be a damn eternal slave governed by goddamn robots is because of this shit right here. Look, humans, first and foremost, the white judge out here in Houston, Texas, just got hemmed up for a goddamn, for graping the family dog. Okay. A nigga, the white man that's a judge in Houston, Texas, just last week, just got roped up because he was caught on camera raping the family dog. Yesterday, yesterday, the black judge is in the fucking chambers fucking and screaming. You mean to tell me two motherfuckers that's supposed to represent the law is fucking dogs and fucking in the goddamn chambers? This the reason why the motherfucking robots about to handle your ass. Ain't none of y'all gonna be in no motherfucking law and running shit. All you gonna be goddamn slaves. Because how do you expect the average everyday person to be better when a fucking magistrate is fucking in the chambers and another one is raping a dog? Neither one of y'all got no goddamn jurisdiction to uphold and push no motherfucking law. Who are you? You ain't nothing more than a goddamn degenerate. And so when I say neither the male or the female is fit to lead shit, that's what I mean. Neither one of y'all are fit for shit. That was a black woman, black man, and a white man. All three of them. The average person don't know what the hell justice is. This ain't the listen. He ain't the first person that been caught raw dogging a dog. Okay? Over the last 3 to 4 months, it's been 5 people, 5 males caught in the act of screwing dogs. Within the last, right here in America. I will never forget, me and my friend, we got out of high school. We got out of school one day, and she told me that she was walking home and looked down the alley, and it was a dude raping a cat. She walking down and she looked down the alley, and this dude is knee deep in the cat. Meow, meow. The average male and the average female is in no goddamn position to tell nobody shit. The robots finna control y'all ass. The robots gonna make the damn laws. They gonna give you the book. None of y'all gonna be in control of shit. Not even your own house. Not even your own house. That's why STDs exciting, listen, or rising. You all are cursed. I need you to understand that. Y'all are cursed. You think sex is a gift? Baby, sex is a curse. That is a fucking drug that humans are addicted to. And if somebody removes your access to sex, your ass go through fucking withdrawals. You can't think straight. You jump in the bed and in a relationship with any motherfucker simply because you're horny. Simply because you need to use somebody else to regulate your body. A lot of y'all finna have a lot of goddamn STIs, and you gonna be broke in the process because motherfuckers is broke. You ain't got no goddamn skill. You ain't got no trade. And you sitting around here running up on men. Can I have $1? Can you pay my rent? No, bitch, he can't pay his own. No, bitch, he can't pay his own. And you gonna fuck? Cause if you don't, your ass gonna go through withdrawals. You can only hold out so long. You gonna end up fucking. You're in trouble. Your ass is in trouble. I'm sorry, you're in fucking trouble. Good day to you. Good day to you. It's a damn shame. It's a goddamn shame that they report, they come on the news, breaking news, breaking news. The STD rates, the HIV rates have just climbed to over 1 million within the last week. And your ass get online to tell everybody, oh my God, everybody, oh my God, these men are so nasty. Everybody, you need to protect yourself. Y'all need to get on PrEP. You need to get on PrEP. No, just get on PrEP. Don't close your legs though. Just get on PrEP. Just keep fucking motherfuckers with HIV and all kind of shit. Blue waffles and shit. Just don't close your legs. Just get on some medicine. Not only that, you'll do anything to keep fucking. Anything. I need you to stick a metal rod up my woo-ha so it can block the sperm. So you'll take pills, you'll get shots, you'll still keep fucking with the idea that PrEP is gonna save your ass from HIV, and then you will get a fucking metal rod to go up in your woo-ha so they can block goddamn sperm just so you can let a motherfucker shoot the club up. You'll come up with all kind of shit but to close your damn legs. And you think sex is a gift, and it got you fucking niggas with blue waffles and shit. You out here sucking VD dick. You out here doing all kind of shit for attention. And you think sex is the greatest gift that God could have gave us, baby. The devil gave you that shit. Satan gave you that shit. Satan got your ass by the balls. You and him. And the fact that you can't stop. The fact that you can't stop, that's why when somebody tell you close your legs, she just don't want us to be in love. She just don't want us to have a relationship. Bitch, how many relationships you done had? You can't even have, your ass can't even date without fucking. Soon as you go on a date, you dropping your goddamn drawers. Soon as a motherfucker tell you, you are so pretty. I know. I know. That's what everybody tell me. You right, bitch. They got a whole goddamn Yelp review on your ass. Would not recommend. Was real loose. It was real loose. It wasn't as tight as everybody said it was gonna be. 1 star, do not recommend. That's the type of shit that you got on your motherfucking Google review, bitch. How the fuck you end up with a Google review with 5 motherfuckers in the last 2 days telling you your motherfucking star rating? Ain't no help for you. There is no help for you. Zero. I don't know who telling you. Somebody, I don't. Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye. Okay. Do you have books on relationship knowledge? Let me explain something to y'all. So I'm not a relationship coach. For all of y'all who I ain't no relationship coach. I am a systems architect for human development. I develop the person. I don't fix your relationships because relationships can't be fixed. Relationships are inherently for broke people. You got to be broken to be in a relationship. You have to be broken to be in a relationship. Why? What other reason would somebody tell you that we don't want a woman that don't need us for nothing? I mean, if you got your own house, your own car, and you can take care of yourself, what you need me for? We're not attracted to independent women. What other reason Would a motherfucker tell you that unless they expect your ass to be broken in order to be with you? You know why they need you to need them? Because they need you for something. If you don't need them, but they need you, it's going to be hard for them to get their needs met on your back. If you don't need them for something, but they need you for something, then they don't have a bargaining tool. They need to be able to bargain with something. If they can't dangle a carrot over you, well, I'll take you on a vacation. You ever been to Bahrain? You ever been to San Lucas, Mexico? So you ain't never been there. See, I'm your man. I could take you wherever you want to go. I could take you to the mountaintop. But all you gotta do is suck a little longer and just wait. Don't rush nothing. I give it to you when I get ready to give it to you. See, when you can take yourself some motherfucking where, he ain't got no bargaining tool now. Damn, you done been there? You got your own house, your own car? Well, shit, what can I manipulate you with? What can I manipulate you with? He can't manipulate you with shit. That's the reason they get out here and say, well, if you got everything, I don't feel like you need me. So they want you to be incapable. Relationships really are for broke people. Because when your ass ain't broken, you can focus on other shit. When you're not broken, you can focus on other shit, like adding value to society. Like coming up with a skill and creating something that's worth something that people can fucking use. But the average person needs you to regulate themselves. They need you to fill a codependent hole, a codependent void they got. So I can't help you be in relationships, because if you want me to help you be in a relationship, all I gotta do is tell you, bitch, don't change. Suck that dick harder, bitch. Stop, lie to yourself, bitch. Lie. Tell that nigga 3 inches worth of dick feel like 9, because you in love with him. Am I pleasing you? Yes. Ooh, right there, daddy, right there. Oh my God, this is the best shit I have ever had. Weak ass nigga. He ain't shit. I gotta go in the bathroom and use my rose. And then after you catch this nigga cheating with that little shit, okay, so this what we doing? Oh, this what we doing? I can't believe you cheating. You able to cheat with that little shit. You ain't got but 3 inches worth of dick. How the fuck you was able to cheat, ho? Huh? Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out and tell everybody you got shit stain in your drawers. Yeah, while you at it, tell them you got shit stains in your drawers. That's when the truth come out. That's when the goddamn truth come out. You're in trouble. Your ass in trouble. That's what we doing? Newsflash. Newsflash. If he was able to get your ass to stay with him and lend him money, bitch, and you was sucking his dick knowing damn well he ain't washed it, of course he could cheat with 3 inches worth of dick. He got you. So if I was you, I wouldn't tell nobody that shit. If I was you, I wouldn't get out here on social media telling everybody that he got 3 inches worth of dick. And that he ain't washed his shit stains, because bitch, you was still sucking his dick. You was still fucking him, bitch. And you lent him money. Okay? So it's some shit that you should just take to your damn grave. Okay? There's some shit you should just take to your goddamn grave. You in trouble. You in real trouble. And you know why you do all that? Because you get your validation from Peter Wacker. That's why any content creator that your ass go listen to try to tell you to get the money first, you can't even hear their ass. Because you know what? You don't want no money more than you want motherfucking validation. You don't want money more than you want validation. You don't want money more than you want sexual regulation. You can't hold out long enough. You can't hold out long enough. Because you need smecks. See, if you didn't need smecks, if you didn't need it, this wouldn't even be no conversation. If you didn't need it, it wouldn't be no conversation. So the truth about how to help you level up in life, because I'm not a relationship coach. I'm not trying to teach you how to stay in shit that don't actually benefit you. Because all you have to do to stay in something that don't benefit you is just tolerate the shit. You don't need no more advice than to be quiet and just tolerate the shit that you in. That's the only advice that you need to stay in a relationship. You realize that, right? That's the only advice you need. You don't need no more advice. Relationships are inherently for broken people. You have to be mentally broke. You got to be financially broke to get in a relationship. Now, partnership is a totally different thing. A partnership is a totally different thing. See, the average human don't understand they don't understand life. The average person don't understand life. See, the average person doesn't understand that there's a such thing called polarity. And all of the words that y'all use interchangeably are actually polar words. See, you think you think a choice and a decision is the same thing. You think a relationship and a partnership is the same thing. And probably you think thoughts and thinking are the same thing. See, you don't understand something called polarity. And these words are not interchangeable. They actually mean something and they have a designated position. And a lot of you use words that allow you to program yourself subconsciously to be in hell. You use words that put you in hell and keep you in hell. See, relationship is a word from hell. Yeah. Trying to be your thoughts is you trying to be in hell. Choices is a hell word. Decision is a life word. It's a word of life. These are two different things. A choice and a decision ain't the same thing. See, you can make a choice without knowing a damn thing. You can make a choice without knowing anything. I mean, remember when you got multiple choice tests in school? Option A, B, C, D. And even if you didn't understand the question, you could still make a choice. But if you don't know how to think, you wouldn't know if any of those choices are correct. There was a big scandal that went on with the SAT. It was either the SAT, the ACT, it was one of those tests. And a few students, only a couple of them, realized that on one of the questions, none of the answers that they gave was the correct answer. And they challenged the board. They challenged the test makers. But the average person answered it. They just picked one. See, you can make a choice without ever knowing anything. Those few students made a decision. And the only reason they were able to make a decision is because they were able to think. So choice and decision has a great difference. You have to be able to logically and rationally think and deliberate in order for you to draw a conclusion to come to a decision. You can make a choice by doing eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a answer by his toe. Just going shit. Fuck it. I'm gonna just choose C. They say if you don't know the answer, just choose C. That's all you got to do to make a choice. So how many choices have y'all made based on a multiple choice option, right? In your entire life, you've been making multiple choice options your entire life and you think you got free will. Baby, you can't have free will without the ability to make a decision. Y'all out here making choices that ain't even your own. You making choices because you think you got to pick one of the answers. So if you think you got to pick one of the answers and you pick one, did you actually pick an answer? Did you actually have free will to pick an answer? Did you actually have a choice in the answer you chose? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. So it's a bunch of people walking around here thinking they have free will, and they ain't got no free will. You make choices in a box that's given to you. And then you look at other people who make choices outside of the box, you think they crazy until one day everybody is rolling with the shit that they created outside of the box. I'm ex-military. Yeah, I was in the Army 8 years. The average person don't think. How can you make a choice? How can you have free will if you are unable to think? Can you tell me that? How you able to have free will if you can't think? And here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. The average person think they a free thinker. And here's why they think they a free thinker. Because they disagree. Because a person disagree with you because they don't like the truth, they ass think that they a free thinker. Baby, you ain't thinking at all. Let's start there. You're not thinking at all. And just because you disagree and you don't like what's said, that don't mean that your ass a free thinker. The average person is unable to process information logically. That's both the male and the female. Neither one of their ass. The average male running around here talking about he logical don't have no form of logical processing at all. We are more logical than the female. Right? Humans are something else. Humans are something else. And so, here my thing. This my thing. Y'all can't be that goddamn logical. You can't be that goddamn logical because if you was really logical, why in the hell do you have an attraction to ass? Listen to me. You say you logical, but y'all got an attraction to sniffing ass. And then swear to God, we are made in God's image. Are you sure? Because you sure acting like a chimpanzee. You sure acting like Fido. Y'all are attracted more to ass than you are to intelligence. We are made in the image of God. We are divine. We are better than every other animal out here. Baby, please don't become the butt end of the joke. Okay? Please don't become the butt end of the joke. Because every time I turn on the news, you doing something stupid as humans. Every time we turn on the news, you doing something real dumb as humans. Breaking news. We got to lock up Tide Pods because teenagers are eating them. Teenagers are eating Tide Pods. Y'all had these stupid ass social media challenges where you set yourself on fire. So you're setting yourself on fire, you're eating Tide Pods, you eating ass, y'all paying people to shit on your chest, y'all getting paddles and spanking each other. Who is your God? If you made in the image of God, I'm trying to figure out who the fuck made you, bitch. Who in the hell made you and your kind? Who? Do y'all actually even pay attention to humans? Do y'all actually see what humans do? You dig in your ass and you sniff your fingers and shit. I think I need to take a bath. Bitch, you can't tell you need to take a bath without scratching your ass and smelling it. I'm just trying to figure out what God created you. If you say you was yo, if you ain't cracking up as much as I'm cracking up, then either your ass a hit dog holler, or you just ain't got no goddamn sense of humor. Either you a hit dog that's hollering, or you just ain't got no sense of humor. Cause your ass supposed to be laughing just as much as I am. Cause when I think about this shit, I just fall out like. Cause you know this shit is true. You know damn well this shit true. Humans are fucked, yo. I'll never forget somebody when I was driving truck. Somebody gonna send me a video of two people screwing, and the bitch had maggots coming out her motherfucking woo-ha, and they was screwing with the maggots. I'm just trying to figure out which God created humans. That's all I'm trying to figure out. Which one? No, I'm not lying. See, you only romanticize humanity when you don't know enough about humanity. When you don't study and you don't see stuff, you can romanticize humanity. You got to stop romanticizing people. Because I need y'all to be aware. How many new people in here? How many new people here? I just got a question. How many new people in here? Cause I'm gonna let you know. The Bible, the majority of people follow the Bible. The two largest religions out here is Islam and Christianity. There are 56 verses in the Bible that say that humans are evil. That you low down, dirty shame. 56 verses. Not one, not two, but 56. If your Bible is telling you that you're evil, what God of love created you? If you was created in the image of God, then why does your God in the Bible keep telling you that you're evil? Something else had to create you. Because you think that God is all good and all pure, and you're supposed to be created in this image, but the Bible keep telling you that you're wicked. And he hate that he fucking created you again. 16 chapters were removed, and there were even more evil. I'm just asking a logical question, a legitimate question. You're right. It takes work to be a good person. And if you don't work, if you don't put the work in, what does that make you? By default. What does that make you by default? The devil is a liar and the truth ain't in him. That's my favorite thing to quote. Because they telling you who the damn devil is. The devil is a liar and the truth ain't in him. Tell the truth. Shame the devil. If you want to shame the devil, then tell the truth. I love them two quotes. Because the average person who think that they good people, who just spend their entire life lying about every goddamn thing, they don't realize that they the goddamn devil. The average person lives a damn lie. And the devil is a liar and the truth ain't in them. Tell the truth, shame the devil. You can't tell your man the truth that you fucking his brother. You can't tell your man the truth that his dick little and he don't satisfy you. You can't tell the truth that you've been letting another nigga drive his car. You can't tell the truth that you don't even want his kids and you taking birth control so that he can't get you pregnant. You really can't even tell the truth that you really don't like the man that you with. The devil is a liar and the truth ain't in him. But the average person living a lie think they good people. How are you a good person when you live a lie? You speak the lie. Oh, I don't know who Queens is. I wasn't at a concert. I was at no concert. The question, hey, I'm asking this question because y'all say y'all want to be free from the matrix. We got to go spiritual now. You say you want to be free from the matrix. You say you want to transcend. Do you want to transcend? Because from right now, from what I'm saying, I passed by somebody earlier today. On TikTok. And she said that she don't care no more. She don't care no more. She finna spend money on what's gonna make her happy right now because this shit finna get worse. And people saying we need help. My mentality is this. The average person don't want help because the help that's good for you, the help that you need, y'all don't even want the help that you need. The average person rejects because the information that I have, the people who need it the most don't even want it. The people who need the information that I have the most are the ones who don't want it. So they can't see that they cause their own problems. The average person causes their own problems. A lot of people are struggling, but you want to know why you're struggling? Because the people who've been running this system, let me tell you something, I have to tip my hat off to them. They fucking brilliant. They fucking brilliant. They got y'all so comfortable with being individualistic. See, it's a difference between being independent and being individualistic. Them two different things. Remember, polarity. There is a difference between being independent versus being individualistic. They got y'all not focused on being independent. They got you focused on being an individualistic person. And you got real comfortable with being individualistic over the last 30, 40 years. And now, the way the society is going, you need community more than you need anything. And you don't know how to build a community. You don't know how to get along with people. And one of the reasons why you don't know how to get along with people is because you became a sex addict over the last 30 years. Over the last 30 years, 30, 40 years, your entire focus has been centered on sex, which prevents you from developing genuine, helpful relationships amongst each other. So now you're trying to figure out how to incorporate your sex-addicted personality into relationships, and you can't do it. You can't get along with nobody. You done burnt bridges, and now you need each other to help, and y'all don't know how to communicate. You addicted to screens. You addicted to sex. You don't know how to resolve conflict, and guess what? That's what you need to make it to the next stage. That's what you need to make it to the next stage. They already had this planned out for some years. They already, and so as I'm sitting here watching this shit unfold, I'm just like, these motherfuckers are brilliant. And the average person that need the help don't want it. So that's why I ask, what do y'all want? Because you say you want to quote unquote exit the matrix, you want to figure out how to stop reincarnation. Baby, as far down, as low as you are in your lower nature, you ain't got no chance of exiting this motherfucker. You're not even trying. You're not even trying, because here's the thing. You got to figure it out now. Wherever you die, wherever you leave off, that's where your energy gonna be stuck at. Wherever your energy is right now, or when you die, that's where you're gonna be stuck at. So you got to figure out what it is you want. Right? And you can't confess with your tongue. You got to be that. You got to walk that. See, you don't have to look for the light when you are the light. You don't have to look for the light at the tunnel when you die or try to avoid the light. You become the light. You have to become the light. You're not going to become the light. Let me tell you, the Bible says specifically, I think, let me see, Galatians, it's Galatians, Galatians scripture. Okay. Galatians 5:19 through 21. 5:19, 21. Envying, murders, drunkenness, revelings, or riotous behaviors, and the such like that. About these things I tell you again, all as I have also told you in times of the past, that those who do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. If you know what the kingdom is, and if you know what God is, if you're doing these things of the lower nature, it's impossible for you to inherit it. It ain't got nothing to do with some religious scripture telling you you're not going to inherit it. It's a reality based on how you live. If you understand what the kingdom is and what God is, or who God is. So how you're living and doing, you baby, you can't pay your way into heaven. You can't go and bribe the preacher and tell him to put a good word in you, a good word in for you to Jesus or God. Not happening. Can't do that. So you got to become the light while you here on earth. It ain't gonna happen on your deathbed, baby. You got to do it now. So what are you doing? What are you doing besides chasing a high? But besides trying to flex control over somebody so you can get your fix. What are you doing? You do realize you ain't got a lot of time to figure this out. How much? Let me ask you this question. Instead of me telling you, my question is, how much time you think you got to figure it out? How much time do you actually think that you have? I'm just asking because y'all act like shit ain't changing in society. You act like your rights ain't actively being taken away. You act like this type of information is always going to be available to you. You act as if this information is already always going to be available to you. Do you know, number one, they banning books? They already starting to ban books. They already controlling how you get to move around in your car. They controlling the algorithm. I'm really truly questioning how much time you think you got. to get this because you act like this information is always going to be available to you. Remember that I told you about the wire. They already coming for the W. They going to attack your I too, your information, sweetie. They already filtering what you can see and what you can't see. I do believe that ultimately y'all are in trouble. I do believe ultimately y'all in trouble. Because even if you see the stuff happening around you, it's like you can't do nothing about it. Not even for yourself. It ain't even about the world. It's like you can't do nothing for yourself. Right? The books I recommend, the ones I wrote, the ones I wrote, see, the thing about books, everybody promotes that you should read. I agree that you should read. However, the problem with reading is that people read through the filters of their own understanding. And people read for enjoyment. They don't read to study. So it's harder to learn things through reading than it is through listening. This is why even a coach need a coach. Even a coach need a coach. I mean, hell, people hear listen, even when it comes to listening, people hear what they want to hear. If a person can hear what they want to hear, what you telling them verbatim, what you think they going to do with reading when comprehension levels are extremely low? At least if a person talking to you, you can ask them a question and you can further explain, not when you reading. If a person misinterprets some shit, they just keep on going. And then the average person can't think now because the first thing they do is go ask Chat GPT as if Chat GPT ain't never wrong. You really have to monitor AI because AI intentionally spit out wrong answers. AI spit out a lot of wrong answers. And then when you have to understand that interpretation. I like to talk about Einstein's theory of relativity. When people reference Einstein's theory of relativity, they really only talk about it in terms of space-time. And how light travels in the speed, right? And it's based on saying that time is not the same for everybody because it's relative to your position. We could be looking at two different things based on our position, right? They only really reference that in terms of space-time, but that actually applies to everything. Relative truth. There's a relative truth. And truth is based on your position. The position that you viewing something from. So when you ask somebody something or somebody asks you something, you always have to ask relative to what? Relative to what? Because your interpretation of something is going to be relevant to the position and the angle that you're looking at it from. So the the position from which I stand when I'm analyzing human behavior and things dealing with humans, I stand at a position that the average person is not standing. See, you stand here and you look at me straight on. When I look at humans and I analyze them, I don't look at humans straight from here. I look at humans like this, at an angle downward, right? I look at an angle downward that allows me to see more things, right? So when I make an assessment, it's relative to that position, not this position. It's relative to this, not this. The average human can't see themselves because they are in their own body looking this way. So they can't see themselves. They're not up here looking down. They don't look from the mind, they look from here. How are you going to elevate yourself now? How are you going to elevate yourself now while you still got a little bit of time? Because this idea that you're going to be able to escape reincarnation at the level that you at the level that you think, is not happening. The thing about it is, you came into this world as a solo soul. You came into this world on an individual path. And somehow we think that when we get here, we now half of ourselves and we got to be completed by somebody. Your thing is, how do you improve the likelihood that you don't come back here? The question is how do you improve the likelihood that you don't come back here? Number one, there's a such thing called the escape velocity that a particle can meet to exit Earth. Number two, nature doesn't like people who can see the truth. Because the more truth you see, the less likely you are to reproduce. So nature don't want you here. Nature wants to X out your kind. So the question is how can you use escape velocity and truth to exit the reincarnation cycle? That's the real question. How can you utilize the knowledge of reaching an escape velocity, which means that a particle can move so fast that it exits the Earth's atmosphere, the Earth's gravitational pull? How can you in your consciousness reach an escape velocity that will allow you to escape from Earth's realm? That's question number one. Question number two is, if nature does not like those who see the truth, how do you utilize that in combination with escape velocity to raise your chances of not reincarnating in this realm? That's the true question. The answer that I have for you is, if you ain't looking for the truth, you're not gonna meet either one of those. You're not going to meet either one of those requirements. If you're not searching for the truth and becoming the truth, you have to become the truth itself. If you're not trying to do that, you can hang up escape velocity and the whole truth thing. You can hang that up. So the question is, are you looking? Remember, cleanliness is next to godliness. You got to stop eating ass. You got to stop sniffing ass. Okay? You got to stop doing dirty things, because cleanliness is next to godliness. The truth will set you free. Okay? The truth will set you free. The devil is a liar and the truth ain't in him. God is not the author of confusion. In order for you to have a chance, you have to become the truth itself. Because truth is probably what is going to get you to that escape velocity. The truth itself. And it's a lot of truth that you have to learn about yourself. About yourself. Not about conspiracy theories. That's right. That's right. Epstein. I'm on the truth. I'm on the truth. This is nothing but a matrix. That's right. No, 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 no. The truth about yourself. How many of y'all want to take that journey? How many of y'all want to take that journey? I got to get ready to go to the store. Right? Mm. Right? You haven't done your journey because the journey ain't over. The journey is never done. You have to continue it, because it's a journey, not a destination, so the journey ain't done. It ain't over till the fat lady sing, right? And just when you think you know something, it's more to learn. You never have all the information. The only thing that you can continue to do is learn. So that means you have to always know that you don't know something. So the journey ain't done. Right? Amari! Think they gone.
Huh?
No, I just yeah. Where you at? You down? Are you watching TV or are you playing the game?
Watch TV. I was just checking my dad.
Okay. Uh, right. It's a good day. Right? You got to always be. I live in New York, so what time will your converter method class be for me? 1 hour ahead. So if it starts at 6 here, it starts at 7 for you. 6 for me, 7 for you. If y'all anywhere on the other side of the globe, I think if you in the UK, it should be like 3 o'clock in the morning now. It should be like 3 o'clock in the morning in the UK right now. Why are you up if it's 3 o'clock in the morning over there? Okay. So for people in the UK, 6 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock for y'all. 12 a.m. Thank you, thank you. This is one of my favorite jerseys. I like the color blue. It's always been my favorite color. Blue has always been my favorite color. Any other questions? Any other questions? Any other questions? If y'all haven't checked out my soft white underbelly, if you haven't checked out my soft white underbelly interview, check it out. Is reincarnation real? Just as real as energy itself? Just as real as energy itself? It is on YouTube. Do you think robots are going to take over? Yes, absolutely. It's already underway. If you check out the link tree in my bio, you should see the link there. Yep, you should see the link there. What did they expect us to do and how do they expect us to make a living? They don't expect you to make a living. And this is something that I explain in my classes, right? I explain this in my classes. First and foremost, you got to take life seriously. There's a difference between a will to survive and a will to live. Everything has a polar opposite to it, right? Polarity is a real thing. There is a difference between a will to survive and a will to live. The average person ain't got no will to live. Their will goes as far as just mere survival. And when a person loses the will to survive, that's when they X themselves out. When it gets so low that a person loses their will to survive, that's when they clock out voluntarily. But a person can have enough will to live just to exist. I mean, will to exist just to be here, but not enough will to live. The average person does not have a will to live. And because of that, all the stuff that's being implemented is going to affect the average person negatively. You have to understand that this ain't about money. Why y'all think this is about money? What makes y'all think that this is about money? In regards to the lead, what make you think this is about money? It's not even about frequency. Do y'all know what money is? Do you know what money is? Do you really know what money is? Can somebody tell me what money is? Good job. Good job. Two people kind of, yeah. Money is energy. But what kind of energy? Some and Ray say it's a measurement. Y'all are close. Money is a physical representation of energy. Money, because everything is energy, but money itself is a physical representation of energy. So when they suck your money dry, they're sucking your energy because your money represents your energy. Once they suck your energy dry and they put AI bots and robots in, guess what you left with? You are left with a state of being. You are left in a complete state of being that you have to decide what you are. You are either at this point usable energy or unusable energy. You are either usable energy or unusable energy. You gotta choose what you're gonna be. But this ain't about no money. Because money is nothing more than a physical representation of your energy. And so how a person spends their money can tell you a lot about them. How a person spends their money and what they spend it on tells you a lot about them. Because money is a physical representation of your energy. The average person don't care about education. How many people spending money on education? How many people spending money on numbing agents? And when your money is tied up, that means your energy is tied up. This is why you have to optimize your energy in a way that can net you something positive. You're not going to be able to do that if you don't understand all these laws, all of this. Because all of this is directly connected to your relationships, to your authentic self, to your work, to your experiences in life. It all connects to the same thing. So you got to decide. You really have to decide what you going to do, because the people that's running the system, they not going to stop. They not gonna stop. A system is neither good or bad. You can't get rid of a system because a system is, it underlies everything. System is the foundation of everything. Y'all got any questions? Y'all got any questions? I gotta go to the store. I'm bored. I'm not really bored. I'm just kind of tired of working on this thing. I've been working on this shit all day. I'm just ready to get it over with. What is it to do? What do you mean, what is it to do? Make sure y'all check out my soft white underbelly. Getting a degree? Getting a degree for what? I just ran across some dude that said he got a 4.0 in computer science and stuff. He can't find no job. He got all his accolades and can't find no job. Sweetie, the traditional route is dead in the water. I just bought my ticket. What else do I need to bring? Your open mind. That's all you need to bring. Check your email and make sure you got the homework assignment. Do the homework assignment. And you got some materials that I sent. And all you got to do is show up. That's it. I'm going to do the rest. Here's the thing. If you think that I have changed your mind just by doing these little pop-up lives that I do, if you think that I've changed your mind doing just these little pop-up lives, I want you to imagine what I can tell you and what I can show you in a class that I do that ain't never been online. Where I bring out my little whiteboard and I got my little slides and shit. I got my little slides. Okay, turn to slide one. Let me tell you something. I don't do these workshops that often. But when I do them, I have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun when I do them damn workshops, right? No, it's definitely gonna be lit. I think I gotta stop wearing this earring for a couple of days because my ear hurt. Oh. Check. I don't know what you got. If you have Google, check your promotions tab. If you don't have Google, check your spam tab. Make sure you check all your folders before you say you don't have it, because it sends kind of some everywhere. So just make sure you check all your folders. Yeah, I got some Neosporin. I'm gonna put it on there. Right. Could I intro the course? So it's not a course. It's a live event that I do. It's a 3-day live event. And this live event is called the Converter Method. And what it is one simple thing. One thing that has the answer to all of your problems. You ain't never ran into something that actually has the answer to every problem that you got. Typically, you got to go to a financial advisor to solve this problem. You need to go to a therapist to solve this problem. You got to go to your church pastor to solve this problem. You got to go to the mechanic. You got to go so many different places to solve a problem dealing with you. But all of those problems that you have emanate from one place. And if it comes from one place, the truth of the matter is you got one solution. You actually have one solution. Outside of, stuff like medical intervention, like this shit can't help you if your leg got shot off. Like if you was in a drive-by shooting and you fucking got shot, this is not gonna help you. You need to call 911, okay? You need to call an ambulance. But your everyday issues that you have can be solved with one thing. And since you are energy that's eternal and your ass ain't going nowhere, you have negative and positive energy mixed in together. You have to be able to take what you have and filter it through a specific structure that you don't know that you need, which will convert that negative energy that's surrounding you, convert it into something positive that will allow you to remove the blockers out of your life so that you can get to a place that's more in alignment with your authentic self. Why is that important? Because the authentic version of you has a lot of things in its possession that you want at your stage. You want better relationships. You want a job or occupation that will take care of you financially, but also is something that you enjoy doing. You want that. I can't say if you want freedom. I can't say that because some of y'all don't want to be free. But that's neither here nor there. The things that you want, there's a version of you that already has that. Now, I know that part might sound familiar, but the reality is that everybody who tell you some bullshit that you can't even implement to get you there. The average person that tell you that it's a version of you that already has everything that you want, they can't even tell you nothing practical to get you to that version. They got you meditating and dreaming and being jealous of the version of you that got the man that you want, that got the car that you want, right? Because they'll tell you there's a version of you that's already rich right now, that already got the big house and everything. And if I was you, I'd be pissed off at the person who tell me that, because they got you being jealous of yourself. They got you being jealous of yourself. The version of you, because it's multiple timelines and multiple paradigms, this motherfucker over there living truly happy while your consciousness is stuck in this hell version of yourself that you living in. And they just as happy as they can be. And they never tell you how to quote unquote jump timelines so that you can experience what the other version of yourself is experiencing. They never tell you that. I'm telling you that there's a practical way for that to happen. I'm telling you that it's a practical way for that to happen, and that it only take one goddamn thing. One thing. The only reason that nobody else has ever told you this one thing that you need is because they don't know. They themselves haven't seen it. They themselves haven't seen it. Here's the thing. You don't see with your eyes, you see with your mind. You don't see with your eyes, you see with your mind. You can only see based on the information that you accept to be true. If you don't have a certain type of information, you're not going to be able to see this shit. You're not going to be able to see it. And that's the reason why there's nobody else that can tell you that it's only one thing that'll solve most of your problems. Like I say, you're going to have to call 911 if you're bleeding, from your neck. This is not going to help that. Is my homework the checklist you sent? You should bring that to class. No, there's a video. It's an hour-long video that you should have. If you don't have it, when my girl get back, I'll make sure that she checks everybody who got the ticket so that she can make sure that everybody got the homework. Okay. How do we get into class? Just go to the link tree in my bio and check the link tree and click the link that says the catalytic converter method, and it'll take you right to the website. You just grab your ticket from there. So as I was saying, you have to have the information in you in order for you to project, for your mind to project into the world something that you can see. Because you don't see with your eyes, you see with your mind. The more information that you have, the more things that you can see. So why is this important? This is important that you understand from the person that's teaching you something. It's important for you to understand what kind of information I got. Where did I get my information from? You have to question where I got my information from, which allows me to see this shit that I say that I can see. Right? Well, first and foremost, the information that I have that allows me to see what I see, number one, you have to remember I went to school for cell and molecular biology. I went to school for cell and molecular biology, and I left with only 18 hours left in order to get a bachelor's in cell and molecular biology, right? Obviously, life happened at that time, so I wasn't able to finish it. And I don't plan on going back to finish it. It's pointless. Because what I got out of it, what I need, I got out of it. I don't need nothing else, right? But I have that information in my knowledge bank. Out of those classes that I took in cell and molecular biology, I took calculus, I took physics, I took organic chemistry 1 and 2, right? Biostatistics. This is in my knowledge bank. Number 2, I was in the military for 8 years, and I got my commission as an officer. And I went to Army Logistics University to get my commission after OCS. Well, I got my commission after OCS, but then I went there to get my MOS, to get classed in my MOS. That's in my knowledge bank. Being a car salesperson for 3 years, understanding psychology in the field and how humans buy things, that information is in my knowledge bank too. door-to-door sales, same thing in a more cold environment. That's in my knowledge bank. Growing up after I turned 19, I started exploring different religions. That's in my knowledge bank, right? Interacting with humans, male and female, that information is in my knowledge bank. I also learned some digital animation. Got an animation I got an animation program and I created something in there, right? Like an intro. I learned a lot from that program that lines up with a lot of stuff that I learned in physics. For those of you who've ever tried to create something in a digital animation program, what you'll learn is there's a three-dimensional empty space, and that you got the free range to create whatever you want to create. And the more, if you want your stuff to be hyper realistic, the more you understand about physics, the more realistic your stuff can be. So digital animation goes right along with science too, right? All of that information allows me to see the world in a very unique way, because I'm able to connect the dots of all of those things to show where it lies on the same fundamental principles. Taking all of that and understanding the things that connect all things, I was able to see through human behavior, psychology, science, theology, and all of those things what makes up the human problem and the human solution. The solution to your problems. The more information that you have, the more things you can see. The less information you have, the more blind you are. So if you want to know the biggest threat to humanity, the biggest threat is your lack of education. Look at Americans' education. Look what it's doing. You think that's not by design? Baby, that's by design. That's by design. Down, 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 down. Your ability to read and comprehend going down. Do you think that that's a coincidence? It is not. Because you being educated, is directly connected to your ability to see. Why is it happening now though? Why is it happening right now though? See, it's happening right now because we are in the age of Aquarius. And what is the age of Aquarius? The apocalypse. And what is an apocalypse? The unveiling. The unveiling. So there was an opportunity for you to unveil. Now there's a move to keep you veiled. There's a move to keep you veiled, and the first way to keep you veiled is to reduce your access to education. They want you in the house. They want you in the house barefoot and pregnant so that you don't. They already making laws. They trying to make it where you have to have babies. You got to have a baby before your ass can do anything. So why you still got the opportunity to learn something in order to see something different, you should try to do that. You should try to do that. You had a period of having, you had a period where you could communicate with people all around the world, right? Where you could see things all around the world. Once TikTok got so powerful, what they do? It's stuff that you can't even see all around the world, right? All right, somebody just got a ticket. I know they got a ticket because they bought a book. They bought the book too. Damn, that hurt. You got to figure out. You got to figure out what matters the most. I know why a lot of y'all. I know why it's hard for humans to make it. I do. I done wrote it in the book. You got the homework assignment, but you can't click on the hour and 30-minute class for some reason. I ask Jasmine when she get home to check it. I make sure she check it when she get home. I wrote it in the book as to why it's hard for humans. I want y'all to know, ultimately, I know I can sound harsh. I know I can sound mean sometimes. I want you to know that this shit ain't y'all fault. As humans, collectively, this ain't your fault. What you are going through is not your fault. It ain't no man's fault. It ain't no woman's fault. It is not the human's fault. But you have to understand that you are left with the bag to handle your own life. You left with it. It ain't your fault, but it's your problem to fix. It's not your fault that somebody created humans in a petri dish and removed critical genes, turned them off, whatever. It ain't your fault that you've been put in this box with each other. None of that is your fault. However, it's your problem to solve for yourself. None of it is your fault, but it is your problem to solve for yourself. And there's no amount of complaining, no amount of praying for rescue that's going to help you. The only thing that's going to help you is you putting in some elbow grease and getting to work while you still have a little bit of an opportunity to do it. Just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else got any questions? I know y'all wheels are spinning. I know they are, right? And I know that it's hard for you to, I totally get that it's really hard for you to have to choose between certain things. Because existence ain't easy. Existence ain't easy. Life is a whole lot better though. Life is a whole lot better. Life is fair. Y'all might not think life is fair, but life is real fair. You just gotta get to a place of life. You ain't experienced life yet, though. And you'll know that life is fair when you start moving towards it. Once you start moving towards it, you realize that life don't take sides. That life is not gonna pick and choose. See, what's unfair is existence. Because existence ain't got no rhyme or reason for a lot of stuff. A lot of it is based on luck, right? Will the elite succeed from preventing the truth from coming out? So the realm of existence is based on illusion. It's the realm of illusion. The truth that you need to see, they not even trying to prevent that truth from coming out. They got y'all looking in the wrong direction. The things that you think are the truth, you think they trying to shut you down from hearing it, but that's not the truth that's going to set you free. They're not even attacking the actual truth. The elites are not even attacking the actual truth. At least not right now. The actual truth is far more simple than the stuff that y'all think they trying to cover up. Cause it's a lot of information on the internet that they ain't even they don't even pay that no mind. Right? What's the most important thing that women should do or change in 2026? This goes for both male and female, right? The truth will set you free. Y'all have to start with the truth, knowing that you are born into a sinful vessel. You are born into hell. You got to start there. You can't start nowhere else. There is nowhere else to start. The average woman has to acknowledge that she full of shit. The average woman got to acknowledge that she full of shit. See, men are more willing to say shit. I ain't shit. I know I ain't shit. A lot of more men are willing to admit that they ain't shit. And they know they not. There aren't any women that I know that I done heard that is willing to say that she ain't shit. Women have to collectively admit, if you really want to elevate, you got to collectively admit that you ain't shit. That's hard for a woman to do, though. But here's the thing. It ain't where you're from, it's where you're at. It ain't where you're from, it's where you're at. And guess what? You don't have to stay where you at for your entire life. But you do have to acknowledge where you at so that you can move to where you want to be at. You're not getting anywhere worth anything if you lie to yourself. You have to look at yourself, look at all the things that you've done. You got to look at all the skeletons you got in your closet. You got to look at all the people that you've done dirt to. And you got to be honest and not try to make no excuses about who you've been. And once you realize that you can look at yourself and be like, I don't like this. Because the things that you typically don't like about other people, a lot of that shit be in yourself. The things that you don't like about other people, a lot of that stuff resides within you. So a lot of this is about self-hatred. There is no evolution that is going to take place without you being brutally honest to yourself. This shit ain't never hurt me. It ain't never been that hard because for me, it's the interesting thing is this. A woman will look in the mirror and be like, I don't like my hair. This is nappy. I'm gonna go get a bundle. I'm gonna relax my hair. I'm gonna get a perm. I'm gonna do this. I don't like, oh my God, I don't like my ass. I need some more ass. And go get a BBL. A woman will look at her physical and address and say, I don't like this about myself. Let me change it. Now, whether she put some actual work in or go pay some money to change it, the whole point of the matter is she look in the mirror and be like, I don't like this, I'ma change it. But that's not how she do when it come to her mind. That's not how I do. That's not how she does when it comes to her character. She don't look at herself and say, I'm a ruthless, low down, dirty bitch. And I don't like that. I want to be nicer. I want to be more loving. She don't say that shit. That's right. That's right. Fuck with me and I'm gonna show you just how evil I can be because we can really do dirty. That's how she do. So the fact of the matter is, stop pretending that you want to be a good person. Because if you really want to be a good person, you will look at the things that you don't like about your character, not that you don't like about your face, not that you don't like about your ass, not that you don't like about your hair, but your character. What is it about your character that you can improve on? Because I know that it's something that you don't like about yourself because you bitching and complaining about other people who act just like you. And you got all the shit to say about them in the world, but baby, you're just like that. They ain't nothing but you. So clearly you don't like it. So the question is why you ain't looking in the mirror and saying, I don't like this about myself and I want to change it. See, for me, that ain't never been no thing. If I ain't like something about myself in terms of personality and character, man, I fucking change that shit. That ain't never been no issue for me. Because I always knew that I wanted to be the best version of myself. I always knew that I wanted to be the best version of myself and I wanted to improve, 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 improve. And whatever was going to make me the best version of myself, the good person that I envision myself to be, the righteous persons that I envision myself to be, if I want to be that, this is how I need to move. This is what I need to do. Right? That don't change because we talk about you now. That don't all of a sudden change because the conversation is on you now. So if we want to know what women have to do, if we specifically talk about women, because that was the question, what do women have to do in 2026 to become better? The first thing is stop lying to yourself about who you really are and how you really behave, how you really get down, how you really get down. Because the truth of the matter is, you got all this shit to say about the elites, You showed what you would do. And then you made an excuse. Well, the elites do it. That ain't nothing but proof that you just mad because you want to do what the elites do and you don't have the freedom to, you don't feel like you got the freedom to do it the way they do it. You will do exactly what the elites doing if you had an opportunity. Because when you get the opportunity, you show your motherfucking ass. You show the world that you ain't no better than them. So the question is do you really want? Do you really want to evolve? Do you really want to get to your authentic self? Do you really want to be a good person? Or have you settled in the fact that Earth is your home? See, if Earth is your hometown, because a lot of people want to swear, I'm not from here. Yes, you are. You got your feet kicked up here. You ain't acting like you want to go back to the planet or the galaxy you came from. Everybody swear they a star seed. No, the fuck you ain't. You right around the corner. You are born. You are a earthling. You a earthling. Cause you ain't. There's nothing in your behavior that tell the world that you trying to get back home. I ain't heard you say ET phone home one goddamn time. Jesus been on the main line for the longest and your ass ain't picked up the phone and say hello. Nothing. You down here just wilding. You just down here eating ass and shaking ass. You at home. Just comfortable. So you very welcome. Look, I feel like the only way to get a message across is you gotta have some type of humor, right? This shit ain't getting across without no humor. Hell, it might not even be getting across then. Shit. Can't say I ain't tried though. And the best apology to those we've harmed is changed behavior. Correct. And here's the thing. It's easy to also apologize, like to actually verbally apologize. I like Amaya was gone. She wasn't even at the house. And I was looking for something and I blamed her. I was like, damn, Amaya always taking my shit. I can't find it. And I was so mad. I blamed her because she do be taking my shit. She do. And so this time I blamed her for taking something and I couldn't find it. And then Jasmine gave it to me because she found it. And when Amaya came to the house, I just instantly apologized to her. Amaya, I'm sorry. I blamed you for taking something that belonged to me. I apologize. Right? She didn't even know I blamed her. But the energy, the intent, that shit is still directed towards a person, whether you say it to their face or not. Right? So at the end of the day, if you have the opportunity to not only just change your behavior, verbally apologize to people that you know you done fucked over. Go ahead and apologize to people that you know you done did some wrong to. I try to make sure that I don't do shit that I got to apologize for. But if I gotta apologize, then I just gotta apologize. But my intent is to not do anything that I got to apologize about. But even in the process of you doing that, you can still hurt people's feelings. You can still do something unintentionally that can hurt somebody. You still have to acknowledge that you hurt them and apologize, even if it wasn't your intention. But sometimes it is your goddamn intention. And if it's damn so your intention, you supposed to woman up and man up and apologize for the shit that you did. It's okay. It ain't gonna kill you. It ain't gonna hurt you. And I apologized to Amaya, and she's like, "It's okay, mommy. It's okay, mommy." No, I do. I really apologize. I'm sorry for that. Hell, I have to apologize to Jasmine sometimes, right? As long as you human, your ass gonna do something unintentionally that hurt people, right? It's it's the mature thing to do to acknowledge that, apologize, and atone for it. These are the things, these are the simple things that you can do to elevate your consciousness, because if you're talking about godliness, if you're talking about higher elevation and all of that, that's what is expected of you. That's just what's expected. Right? It ain't gonna hurt you. Pride always come before the fall. The less you identify as being human, this the secret. I want to this is one of the secrets. It's a couple secrets. But this particular secret right here, I'm finna tell you. I know y'all hear me talk, like say shit like humans do this, like kind of in a disconnected way. Like, well, it's she talking about humans, then who is she? Bitch, I'm a goddamn alien. I'm a star seed incarnated into this vessel, but I'm not the vessel. The vessel is its own thing. I'm a soul that incarnated into this motherfucker. This ain't me. I'm not this. I'm just in this. The one of the secrets is you have to stop identifying yourself as human. Got another ticket sale. Everybody go ahead and get your tickets. It's a couple people knocking them on out. I don't know why I keep putting this back in my ear. You have to stop identifying as human. You have to see yourself as separate from this vessel. Why is that important? Because when the vessel do some shit, and when the vessel wants some stuff, and somebody criticize the vessel, there's a level of separation between the true self and the flesh. And you don't take things so personally, and your ego don't get in the way when you got to get the vessel to apologize, or when you got to get the vessel to do certain things, or when you got to control the vessel. There's a separation between the true you and the vessel that you occupy in. You have to know that you are not human. So this is why when you hear me talk a lot, you will hear me reference humanity with a level of disconnection. You don't hear me say we and us a lot when you hear me talk about the human. That's intentional, because I'm not the vessel. Now, when I'm talking about the vessel, I'm including this vessel in the overall discussion, but I'm not the vessel. I understand that I have to control the vessel because the vessel gonna do its own thing. I'll never forget. I'll never forget. I was probably in high school, or I was on my way out of high school, and I was in my room, and something had happened to somebody. I can't even remember the exact scenario, but what I do remember is that whatever happened to the person, it was actually a sad thing. But my body did something. When I read what happened, or what I saw what happened, my body did something opposite of what my mind would do. My body put a smirk. A smirk started like it was funny, but the shit wasn't funny. And my mind was like, what the fuck? Why the fuck you smiling? Because this ain't nothing to smile about. That's what my mind's saying, but my body doing something different. Right then and there is when I understood that the mind has to control the body, because the body is going to do its own thing with if you don't intervene. It will do things that are illogical. It will do things because there's no reason why there should be a smirk on your face when something bad happens to somebody, right? You have to separate the you from the vessel. And you have to understand that the you that's in the vessel has to govern and control the vessel. You are not the vessel. The vessel is its own thing. There are vessels walking around here that ain't got no souls in them. It's vessels walking around this bitch with no souls in them. Listen, there's a such thing as sleepwalking, where the consciousness ain't even there, but the motherfucking body just moving around. The consciousness ain't even there, but the body then got up and started walking and doing its own thing. And then you wake up a moment, how I even get here? You sleepwalking, right? It's motherfuckers walking around here that ain't even got no soul in their vessel. So you don't even know who you dealing with. You think everybody got a higher self. No, they don't. Everybody don't even have an internal dialogue, let alone a goddamn higher self. It's a lot of shit that you don't even know what's going on out here. And that's the truth. So, you know, I implore you, that if you have the ability, if you have a higher self that you want to get in contact with, 'cause some of y'all probably ain't got no higher self. You happy being evil. But if you want to elevate yourself and you want to gain more knowledge and wisdom that will allow you to elevate yourself and get in contact with your higher self, then I highly suggest that you come to the event, the Converter Method event. The Converter Method event, June 16th through the 18th, and a second session, June 26th through the 28th. The people closest to you, though, know what they mean when they say small comments and it's annoying. Well, here's the thing. When you give people the power to impact how you feel, you give them the power to control you. So yeah, people close to you know your buttons, but that's the reason why you have to have, everybody needs their own space. And this is the reason why I'm an advocate that, number one, is too many people on the planet. But number two, everybody needs their own space. I don't believe that men and women should share sleeping quarters together. I don't believe nobody should share a room. I think everybody need their own space, even if you quote unquote dating or married. You know why? Because everybody has to have a sanctuary where they can retreat to, that is only for you and your higher self. The fact that humans don't give themselves enough space, and you just let anybody around in your space, you will never get to your higher self, because you don't even have a quarter to get in tune with your higher self. You need solitude, and you need a divine space that ain't for nobody but you. The average person don't understand that, because the average person is not spiritual. They not in tune with their higher self. They are comfortably set in the body, which is a codependent vessel. The human body is broken upon entry. Do y'all know that? Before you even, just the fact that your ass is human, you broken. You come into this bitch broken. Ain't nobody broke you. They just broke you some more. They broke you some more, but you came in broken. You came in off the discount rack. You came into the world off the conveyor belt as damaged goods. Cause you really think that you came on the planet to find your person. Think about it. You really think that your ass came on the planet to find your person? What does that mean? That your ass came in this bitch broken and only half of yourself, and you need to spend the rest of your life searching high and low for your other half. Your ass came in this bitch broken, never realizing that your other half is within you. Nope. You out in this bitch looking in motherfucking pubs, strip clubs for your person. I don't know. Maybe my man is already married. Sis, don't let your husband stop you from finding your true soulmate. You married, still looking for a motherfucker, your other half. You don't think you broken? You going to the club every weekend thinking that your other half is in the club waiting on you to find them. That's what you think. And then when I tell you shit like this, you think I'm crazy until I explain it to you. Now I want you to make it make sense. How the hell you come out in this motherfucker believing that you got to speak? It's motherfuckers that's 70 years old right now, then been married 4 and 5 times, still looking for their soulmate. Bitch, you 70. You're 75. And you still looking for a soulmate? And you swear to God that I'm just making up shit, that you came in this bitch broken? Who in the, what brand new item is already missing parts? Princella, since you know so much, first and foremost, when you get your brand new iPhone, did they give you a charging block? My point exactly. You didn't get no charging block, did you? You didn't get no headphones, did you? Apple don't give you shit when they come off the conveyor belt. You don't have shit. And that's the reason why everybody trying to switch. Because they don't give you shit. What brand new motherfucking device come off the fucking conveyor belt missing parts? Your ass came off the conveyor belt missing parts that you have to spend your whole life looking for and never find. Ain't that some shit? You got to ride the peacock carousel looking for your other part. How many Peter Whackers you done ran through looking for your other half and still ain't found that motherfucker? Who the fuck builds some shit that come off the conveyor belt missing parts? Now I know I did not hang my keys back up there. So if you want to, so I got the game on. I got the game for you to help you develop and grow and actually invest in the other half of you that's underdeveloped. I have the game that allows you to invest in the other half of you that you have left underdeveloped for most of your life, right? So all you got to do is check the link tree in the bio, grab your ticket, and I will see y'all later. Peace.